Hello and welcome to the stream where I'm going to play some Umamusume. I'm gonna pull for some characters today. Alright. Go ahead and let everybody know that I am streaming right now. Okay, let's... That is easier for my phone. Like... Okay. There it is. Muting that, and there is Bundy. Dropping this in, so if anybody wants to see it, they can. Okay, so I really don't want to drop any more money than I already have. I did not realize how expensive these carrots were going to end up being. So hopefully we can... I would love to get both copies of the two new characters from the brand new event. Let's take a look at this event before we go ahead and start pulling. So I've done one career mode, and which I set up before the event even popped. And I only had 1% boost to the points, so barely anything. So this basically, if you don't have a percentage increase, this is basically what you get right here. I did already get really lucky. I don't know about really lucky, but pretty lucky. I did fill up one card already. I already have one copy of the ultra rare from the bingo, which I highly recommend going for this. All you have to do is participate in the event and then come over here and then just spin. Once you fill up the bingo card all the way, you get one ultra rare, and I believe, going off what I've seen, so you get a copy, then you get another copy, then you get 3 copies, and then you get this bingo rainy doll. Rainfall doll, which is gonna make it too short. I don't really know how all that works, but it looks like it'll get you 2 diamonds on the card, which would be level 40. So I believe it's halfway to Limit Broke or whatever it's called. Still learning this game. But you definitely want to do those. And then you want to definitely pick up all of your dailies each day. Basically play career and then hit up some trial. That's it for your daily. The title is just finish 38 missions. Which probably should be able to do. Now for the special over here, this is where you'll actually get points and chips towards the spinning. Basically just play career a bunch and you get a lot of this. Now it is a good idea to pay attention to which races you need to compete in. And there is a website that I like to use. One moment. Or if I drag it over the screen, it will show it. I'm still getting used to how OBS even works, to be honest. I normally just stream off my PlayStation. So, let's see if this works. Will it pop up on my screen? Stream. No. I've got it set up to show Umamusume, just the game. Right, so there is a website I like to have pull up before I do a run. It's gametora.com, Umamusume /race-scheduler /recommended-characters. If you go to that page, you should be able to just Google it and find it. Then you can choose between races for selected characters or characters for selected races. Which I do characters for selected races, and then I hit add a race. I leave the minor surface at B, minor distance at B, and then I just add all the races I'm looking for. Like if I'm looking for who's could do the 3 on the screen right now. So I just type in Japanese Derby, and it's gonna be that one. A slightly weird name there. And then it really helps if I spell it right. Osaka High. And then the final one on my screen right now is the Tenno Show Spring. Like, if I want to find a good racer to do all 3 of these races, there's actually a very long list for these 3, but none of them do all 3 of these in their campaign. So if you want to get all 3 done, you have to pay attention. So like the Derby is on turn 34. It is second year, May, the second half of May. It is a G1 race, turf, medium. And the next one's turn 54, and it goes through the same stats, right? Next one's turn 56. So I have to pay attention, because if you go past that turn, you don't get to do those. Those races happen at a certain time period. And then the racers that you can use are listed here, and there are quite a few. Gold Ship is one of them. Grass Wonder. It's actually, most racers can do this pretty good. Yeah, actually, I think the only one I don't see on here is Harder, I think. There's a lot of racers that can do these 3. Alright, well, that was just like a little tidbit to get you going. Also, you want to watch these events. You can skip through them. They're really easy to skip through. If you... Literally, there's like a menu button, you just hit skip if you don't actually want to watch it, but you get 30 carats per watch. And you unlock them by getting points, which you have to do anyways to get different bonuses. These are the characters that get the bonuses, so you're going to want to pull for something here to increase the amount of points you get. You don't have to, but it would make it faster and easier, especially if you don't have as much time to put into just running careers over and over again. Now, event missions. Yeah, no, we just looked at that. There was one more thing. Special missions? Special? This one right here. Limited time missions ends in 5 days. You want to do these. This is, I think, completely separate than, from the other event that's going on. And it didn't really, announce this one too well. So I've been doing it. Each day, there's, 3 tasks that you need to do, and then a 4th thing that, right here. Complete all rally day 4 special missions. So if you do all the day 4 ones, you get that one. Like this one right here. If I complete this race and get the top 3 places, I get this and this. You're gonna want to be doing these. These give you carrots and the different currencies. This is just really, really good. And I think all of it is just getting the top 3 places in a bunch of different races. So you could literally just do a campaign, you'll unlock these, or you can use that website like I was just talking about. And some of these are going to overlap, like Japanese Derby right here. This one right here, the Osaka High, this one right here. All 3 of those overlap with events from the other one. So if you're doing one, you're going to get the other one done. Just make sure you pick up those rewards. That will definitely help you out. There's still not a legendary race out right now. I don't really know what the deal with that is. I gotta find that out. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and start pulling now. Actually, kind of hoping to wait for Zen or Vixus or somebody, but doesn't look like anyone's around right now. I gave them a shout like right before I started. So I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling. It's not gonna be too many pulls. I mean, I only have 31,000. I'm hoping, really hoping, to not have to spend more money. But right now, I'll go ahead and just go over the different things you have to choose from. So you have Spotlight and non-Spotlight. Yeah, so they actually have different names. They're all just Spotlight. Okay. So obviously, look at the picture. You can tell this is the featured character versus these two characters are the featured character. So if you want this character, don't be pulling on the wrong banner. So the one everyone's talking about is this one right here, Kita-san Black. So there's two SSRs right now. So you could. This is what everyone's raving about right here. But my opinion is, I'm probably going to be able to borrow that from somebody. Everyone's raving about it. Everybody wants it. I do want to have my own copies. Maxing it out means I can borrow something else. And I can also put this up to be borrowed, and that would help my friends. But to me, right now, because I don't think these two characters are being put into the standard banner. I could be wrong, and I'm sure somebody's going to be geeking out over there and telling me I'm wrong at some point about some of my information. But these two characters exist already. But they have special, like, almost like skins. It's a separate character. They have the same name, they have the same backstory, probably, but they have a different skills, different art, probably their own star set, I'm assuming. We'll really find out once I get one. But I really, really want Teio. I hope I said the name right. She looks so awesome. I want that character. Hey! No, I am planning on pulling for Tokai Teio is what I'm pulling for right now. We have... How long do we have? This is good information, actually. It ends on the 1st, so you have 2 weeks. Just about 2 weeks to pull. So I'm probably going to do this in a couple pulling sessions. But right now, I really want to pull for the actual racer. Yeah, and I'm not trying to make anybody salty by pulling. I figure I would stream it because why not? Let's see what happens. Let's see how bad these rates are. See if I get lucky. Okay, you ready? Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at how much those carrots cost. They actually cost way more than I thought they would. Like, to hit pity, like, yeah, let's do it. Oh, hey. What's up? Oof, 100 pulls. Oh, I don't want to hear that. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope you have better luck in the future. And don't be mad at me if my luck is good. Alright. We're going to go ahead and do a 15 pull. Nope. Oh, no way. Don't be mad at me. Oh, that's who I wanted right there. I'm good now. We're done. I am so happy right now. Extremely happy. Now, before we start pulling again, there is something I really want to know, and I don't want to have to look at another video or look it up. I'm just gonna pull up the stars for this character. We are going to take a look. So it does look like they share stars. Maybe this is the same character. I thought these were special outfits. So I guess you could technically pull like 3 of these and get it to 4-star if you really wanted. But this will also help you get the event points because it's 10%. Okay, cool. So we can pull more Uma, or we can go support cards. I don't know. What do you think I should do? Should I go for more Uma or try to get some? I think maybe we should switch over to support banner. See what happens if we do this one. Alright, let's just pull a 10 on the support, see if my luck continues. I had a lot more luck on that first pull. Okay. Yeah, I'd be thrilled to get it in the next 10 pulls. 5 copies in the next 10 pull. I'm just done. Wait, my luck's getting worse. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better. You really shouldn't do a barbell squat like that close to a mirror. I just gotta say, that just... Wait, did you stream your pulls? Don't want to switch back to the Uma until I get one SSR. But I'm starting to wonder, is it even going to happen? One of these is going to randomly just like change into an SSR. That's what's going to happen. Nope. Not this time. That's crazy looking. She was popping out of the picture. Yeah, it would be so much better to have your own like maxed out copy of this card, because if you have it, then you can borrow other cards from other people. But I do feel like if you don't want to spend the money, you can definitely find somebody that's letting people borrow this. Well, you already have a maxed out copy and we don't need to actually go after this. right? Are you saying you got a copy of the R-rated one, like the R-rated, the rare card, or the ultra rare card, like the URR versus the R card? What? All right. No, I missed it in the. Oh, that's a picture of you actually getting the card? I thought it was just like, hey, the card exists. Getting some free carrots real fast. An extra 150 there.
昼飯後の眠気覚ましはブラックコーヒーに限るよな。苦さで目が覚めてほんと逃げ。
Right. Actually show. There. Alright, so it costs 1,500. If we go for yeah, let's just keep on going to SSR. I just don't want to regret my decisions later. At this rate, it might be smart to go for the 200, get that pity, and get a card. I really thought that was going to be it right there. I was like, it's going to surprise me right there. No. So, SR. I don't have an SSR or a. Yeah, I don't have the SSR for wit yet. Oh, here it comes. Something. Which one is it going to be? What do you guys think? Yeah, I was quite surprised with how expensive they were. I figured, you know, like 100 would probably be enough to pull like 150 pulls or something. That's kind of where I thought it was going to be at. Okay, you guys ready? 3, 2, 1. It's hard to be happy and disappointed at the same time. Stamina. Interesting. Oh, here comes another one. And wait, I thought it could only be the two SSRs that. Oh yes, it is a good one. I've been borrowing a level 41 that I'm following the account for. That is a good one. I've been wanting to get an SSR wit card. And I think I'm like just a small amount of carrots short of being able to go to 200. That name is crazy. Meti Hauser? Okay, that name's also crazy. Yeah. Mm.
これからも俺は俺らしくかっこよくなってやる。しっかりついてこいよな。
I should have done better math. I had just enough to do 200 pulls apparently. I really thought I have not read all this. Oh yeah, I have. Yeah, and I've already caught up on all these stories. Yeah.
ウマ娘たちとの素敵な思い出。振り返って今までのイベントを振り。
Yeah.
今までのイベント。ウマ娘たちとの。
I was late to the event, so I didn't watch the last two.
お、トレーニングか？ 心配いらないよ。私がついてるからね。私はサポートだって一番なんだから。
I figure if I uncap a couple of these, I might hit an achievement. I don't think it's going to be enough, but
石山姉さんに任せときな。
yeah, I've actually gone. I feel like I've gotten quite a few achievements the last couple days. The other thing I could do is just credit card grind. You know, I could load my my Steam wallet back up with a little bit more money. No, no, I did not. I got this character, I think. No. Who did I just get? I just got... Definitely just got this character. And... this one. I think this is the free one that you get from spinning. That you should be able to get this from the event. I just got it a few minutes ago. I am one pull away from being able to exchange and get the card. So, go from not having any of this card to having like 5 copies of it.
Support 機能の出力アップを確認。雪国根性教えますよ。
I've only unlocked 1 star so far, and that was hard. Very happy about that one, but I did not know in Halo was about to get 50 stars. So let's do that. So close yet so far. There goes another one. It's only 30 carats. Not gonna make the progress I need with doing this. Let's see if the credit card company says no. You lost how much in horse gambling? Well, you see. The power of an adult. Oh wow, somehow I earned some more carrots. Don't know how that happened. Okay. Final pull. Hey, look what I pulled! Yay, I did it, guys. I have the best luck ever. It only took 200 pulls. Alright, we got one last pull in me. I mean, that's how many carrots I have left. Come on, Umas, let's go! Oh. Got a 3-star. Cool. Alright, that's all I have for now. I'll probably do another full session later. Because I do want to get the Queen. Hopefully it does not take 120 pulls, because that would make me very sad. Also, getting more stars for McQueen and Tycho. Don't even know if I'm saying the name right. But I'd love to get more stars. I mean, 90 bonus instead of 60 bonus right now. That'd be really cool. I do have one last thing to look at before I do a campaign run. I've never even clicked on it, so let's see what happens. Interesting. Might be a good idea to save this for whenever you have almost all of them and just grab the last one using the 3-star. The goddess statues could be good too, but I think just getting the character is a better thing, because if you do get it again, you're gonna get goddess statues from getting it again. To be honest, I don't see a character I don't want on here. Like, I like them all. Let's uncap a couple more of these cards. Support. And then we'll take a look at the Uma, see if there's any stars, because there probably is. And then set up a campaign and see what kind of event points we can get in one campaign run.
かるやつだ。サポートの幅を広げていくわよ。
Oh, sorry, I'm not paying attention. I'm not used to having a chat. Yeah, you on the screen, home screen, left, right here, this club one. You can join a club. You should be able to just click on the club button and it should let you into a club. I recommend if you pick a club, one that requires logging in at least every other day. It would just more guarantee a better team overall. But then, you know, you would have to log in every other day. I did not make this club, but I totally joined Glue Factory. All we do all day long is trade shoes. I'm not doing all this on stream. Any of the ones with event stuff, I'll just go ahead and stuff in though. Okay, there's actually more with event percentages this time around, I think, than last time. That or I just didn't have enough support cards. Off stream, I'll go ahead and uncap everything. I just don't want to make everybody sit around forever. Oh, there's still one more. Actually, there's an easier way. Event bonus. So there's still 2 left. My question is, what happens to the extra cards that I have beyond the 4 diamonds? Because I've had multiple that have more than that. No, that should be it. Don't have enough money to do everything I want to do here. really need to upgrade both of these. No, done upgrading. I'm done leveling up the support cards. For now.
これからも達成確認を忘れずにな。ああ、父ちゃんとやったみてえにマフラー。おいっす、ナイス電車です。最強不屈の馬娘、東海帝王だよ。
Okay, pace, medium, strong. Where's he go with it? Let's see if we can discover anything good to bring with us. uh. Let's change this up to show speed only. We're kind of out of options there if we want to go event points. Let's change this by event. This is one thing that does bother me a little bit. They call it event bonus, but it's EP, which is obviously event points. It's just my OCD there. Like, maybe I'll just go with what I have on right now. A 125% increased. What the heck?
最強ハードなと出発。準備 OK。
Now we're talking right there. Docking?
なんかね、今日も走んなくハードなトレーニングスタートだ。ふふん。よーし。準備 OK。 燃えてくよー。
Ace. More correctly, this character could become an A rank in medium, long, turf, or late. Or I guess the medium, long, turf could all become S and late become A. And it's all based on the sparks.
Yeah,
I don't think I need any skills. Yeah. Well, let's do this.
ここは負けられない一番人気5番東海帝王。
実力は完全に上位です
Such a
ね。
cool outfit. I love the phoenix looking feather robes.
いくぞー。美しい青空が広がる中京レース場。ターフも絶好の両馬場になりました。
十分に実力を出せるレースとなりそうですね。
3番人気には2番。この評価は少し不満か。2番人気はこの子8番。さあ今日の主役はこの馬娘を置いて他にいない。本日の1番人気東海帝王。
私が一番期待している馬娘、気合い入れてほしいですね。
ゲートイン完了。出走の準備が整いました。スタートです。 各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました。
みんな集中してましたね。好レースが期待できそうです。
先行争いは4番東海帝王、3番4番会長に飛ばしていきます。先頭は4番単身で飛ばしていきます。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのは東海帝王。1コーナーからそして2コーナーへ向かっていきます。先頭集団を見ていきましょう。さあ花に立ってるのは4番。このままリードすることができるか。続いて東海帝王、1馬審査、8番4番手に6番5番手7番、ここまでが先頭集団。先頭をかけます。4番続きました東海帝王、外7番少し後ろから6番8番外から行く。2馬身3馬身開いて3番向こう上面に入って、先頭からしんがりまでおよそ9馬身、各馬娘1段となって団子状態の大混戦。
お互いに牽制し合っているようですね。
先頭は依然4番1馬身リード、1馬身離れて東海帝王、3番手には6番、そしてその外を回って8番7番追走、さらに3番、ここは第3コーナー桶狭間ポイント。その後2番、その外並んで9番、そして内目をつきましては1番東海帝王、先頭を進みますが、これは正解でしょうか。
かかってしまっているかもしれません。息を入れるタイミングがあればいいですが、
第4コーナーを進んで直線へ向かう。
馬娘たちがどう動くか目が離せません。
この直線で勝負が決まるぞ。まだ1馬身以上の差があるぞ。ここから捉えることができるのか。まだ差がある。ここから先頭を捉える子は出てくるのか。400を切りました。最終コーナー
Actually, not as big of a gap as I thought there was going to be.
追いすがる7番東海帝王、強い強すぎる、完全に抜け出した。残り200、先頭は東海帝王、変わらない東海帝王、足色は衰えない。これは強い東海帝王。
Closer to what I was thinking. I was thinking about 20% bigger gap.
東海帝王、見事に完勝。レイクデビューを制す。余裕余裕、次も1着頼む。ハードなトレーニング。
When you're on the fence, and the fence is, do they have a skill that I want? You have a percentage chance of getting a skill they have, right? So, look at the skills they have. If they only have one that you want, and all the rest of them you don't want, probably not worth going for.
今日も走んなきゃダメ。
OBS disconnected. That was weird. Well, at least it didn't just shut down the stream, I don't think. Seems to be playing still. Yeah, okay. Cool. I have never seen OBS in the corner pop up, OBS disconnecting, reconnecting. I like this one because these two characters quite close, and this character always gives you bonus to whatever you're doing. So if you do wit, you always get bonus like 2. It's not enough to be worth picking it. This character's also close. Speed is just a better stat, so I'm gonna go with that one.
か見たかい。よーし、今日も走んなきゃだね。それでは参りましょうか。なんかね、体がうまく動かないんだ。
Taking a quick glance at the available races. Should have probably done it a bit earlier. It's good what you do for this version. Don't actually know if I'm going to do that race, but by scheduling it, it will remind me that race is happening whenever it gets to that point.
なんかね、から今日も走んなきゃだね。なんかね、いつか見たか。いくよー。ハードなトレーニングもどんとこいだよ。
The training is not rainbow and also doesn't have a skill weighting. Doesn't mean that there's nothing in there that's good. But let's check out the race and see. Pretty good chance of winning this. I'm going to go ahead and do this hopeful stakes race.
注目の一番人気6番東海帝王。
実力は完全に
Now, if you don't care about trying to get legend at the end of your campaign or going for ribbons or trophies, then you probably don't need to do the extra races. It depends on what you're going for.
誰をも魅了し心を奪う希望の星が誕生する。
But since I want to rank up just about every one of my Uma, I need as many ribbons as possible. So any of the ones with special pictures, they usually have a chance of giving me the ribbons. Some of them I feel like are guaranteed. Because some of the races, look, pretty sure I get ribbons every time I win first place. Never like seeing that late start. Doesn't really look like it affected me that much. Maybe it did.
1番、3番手に12番。さあ、1コーナーから2コーナーへ向かっていく馬娘たち。先頭集団を見ていきましょう。先頭をかけます。当選上段。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのは1番。そして外目をつきましては12番。少し後ろから東海帝王。それを見るようにアグネスターキー。
That's actually something I forgot to do before this race. I didn't buy any skills. Because if it's if it's a race that you set up yourself and not the game's not forcing you to do it, it doesn't like remind you to get skills. You have to remember to do that yourself. Currently, it does not appear that it matters that I got skilled. Depends on how many skills they pop. Here at the end.
ウマ娘たちがどう動くか目が離せません。
まだ差がある。ここから先頭を捉える子は出てくるのか。勝負は最後に
that's not good.
持ち越された。最終コーナーを曲がって最初に立ち上がったのは当然上段。
There we go. Well, that's cool looking. Heck yeah. Let's go. Turning victory. Come on, you got it. Keep on pushing. No. One or two skills probably would have been enough to actually win. That's my mistake right there. That's what happens when a third shifter's awake when he's supposed to be asleep. I could have gotten Guts if I had picked the top one, but I just wanted my energy recharged. Because 10 Guts, or the energy charge, I could literally get more. I mean, it doesn't take up a turn to get the 10 Guts, but it does take up a turn to rest, so that all matters. Oh. Mood went down right before the race. Wind resistance one is quite tempting. Pick that one. Summer Runner isn't bad either. It doesn't help you for the last couple races because the really hard races for the most part are in winter. So, if you're going for campaign win, Winter Runner is way better than Summer Runner. I mean, it depends on the race you're going for, but like the end game races are all winter. And then Firm, most tracks are Firm. Not all of them, but like more often than not, you'll see Firm as a soil density. And there's another one that like upgrades you if you see soil that isn't firm. Basically, I think they're soft, firm, and then there's a middle one that's like good, heavy, something else. And those are all like wet soils. So there's 3 different soil ones. And then there's a right and left track. I personally think the right and left track is the best because it's 50-50. If you get right and left, then you're going to get a increase to all your stats every single time you race, versus summer, winter, fall, spring. That's 4 to get the same stat boost. And you can't guarantee which abilities you're gonna get. You know, other than the basic ones that the character gets. But by picking certain support cards, And of course the sparks, the inheritance sparks, it will affect those directly. So by picking the correct support cards, you won't just get skill stats, you also get skills.
ここは負けられない一番人気2番東海帝王。
いくぞ
美しい青空が広がる京都レース場。ターフも絶好の両馬場になりました。
各馬娘の構想が期待できます。
人気と実力を兼ね備えた17番、今日は3番人気です。この評価は少し不満か。2番人気はこの子、ナイスネイチャー。威風堂々とスタートを待つのはこの馬娘。1番人気東海帝王。
火花散らすデッドヒートに期待しましょう。
ゲートイン完了。出走の準備が整いました。スタート。各馬娘綺麗なスタートを切りました。
これは位置取りが熾烈になりそうですね。
東海帝王と11番、この2人が競り合っているぞ。東海帝王早くも先頭に躍り出た。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのは11番、少し後ろから5番、16番並びかけてきた。6番続いている。10番並んできた。さらに外からナイスネイチャー。第1コーナー回って第2コーナー。注目株の東海帝王現在トップ。先頭から大きく離されて2番手は11番、そして内目をつきましては5番、少し離れて10番、6番追走、16番並んでくる。その後3、4馬身開いてナイスネイチャー。内には4番、外を回ります8番、さらに内3番、1馬身離れて18番、その内並んで9番、向こう上面に入って先頭からしんがりまでおよそ11馬身。順位を振り返っていきます。先頭は依然東海帝王3馬身リード。続きました11番、それを見るように10番、5番、4番手、5番手に6番、後ろ16番、1馬身差8番。
Looking at the stat difference, I don't feel like there's a big chance of anyone throwing an upset here.
すぐに続いて18番、そしてそのうち13番、外を通りまして17番、後方
Though that makes me feel nervous whenever I think something like that. That's a pretty big gap.
これは正解でしょうか。
かかってしまっているかもしれません。息を入れ
A
るタイミングがあればいい
50-meter
んです
gap
が
or
第4コーナーを進んで直線へ向かう。
馬娘たちがどう動くか目が離せません。
400を切りました。ナイスネイチャー。
Okay, yeah, they kicked. They're way closer.
東海帝王。東海帝王。速い速い。もはや独走状態。残り200。東海帝王。リードは7馬身。東海帝王。足色は衰えない。3番手争いは8番11番。東海帝王。これは完璧な勝利です。他の追随をまるで許さなかったぞ。若駒ステークスを制しました。東海帝王の完勝。
余裕余裕次も1着頼むぜ。
She is not a front runner. She just happened to be the fastest pace horse with no front runner in that race.
最強を目指してレッツゴー。いくよ今日も走んなきゃな。いつか見た会長みたい。
Gotta go for that speed stat when you can.
ねえねえ、今日の僕きっと
Yeah, we're about to race again.
い
ability we get there. And either I'm blind or we didn't get... Nope. Inspiration time.
なんだ力が湧いてくる。どうせ僕が勝っちゃうし、今のうちに表彰台でのセリフ。
Standard distance is a good one. I like that one.
よーちゃんと見て。
We're actually going to go standard distance right now.
どうせ僕が勝っちゃうし。
That's a pretty good layout right there. Normally it's double circle, single circle, double circle, X, triangle for me, for most of my builds. My power's way lower than
注
usual.
目の一番人気10番東海帝王。
実力は完全に上位です。
If I had more SP and more money to rank up my support cards that I just got, then I would have higher stats right now.
いくぞ
I wouldn't say a lot higher, but enough where it would probably be, evident. Because each time you knew that particular stat is on that card, you're going to get bonuses. More fans, more emotion bonuses, all kinds of stuff depending on the card.
最も
And one of those cards I'm running is a level 1.
スタートです。各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました。
誰が先頭に抜け出すか注目しましょう。
先行争いは17番アイネス封じ TM オペラを期待通りの結果を出せるか。1番人気東海帝王、先頭はアイネス封じ単身で飛ばしていきます。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのは17番東海帝王、上がっていきます。
スタミナを切らさないか心配です。
1コーナーからそして2コーナーへ向かっていきます。アイネス封じ会長に飛ばしていきます。さあ花に立ったのはアイネス封じ。このままリードすることができるか。
There's no reason to feel
続いて17番1馬身離れて東海帝王、4番手には2番すぐに続いて14番アグネス・ターキオ並んでくる。さらにテイエム・オペラ王少し後ろから11番1馬身差3番その後ろからキング・ヘイロー後ろ4番少し離れて成田ブライアンその内並んで1番さらに外
Pace chaser, so being in second place is
まだリードをキ
good.
ープしています。続きました東海帝王3番手に2番それを見るように17番そして外目をつきましてはアグネス・ターキオそしてその内から行ったのは11番外を通りましてテイエム・オペラ王キング・ヘイロー
Being surrounded, though, is not
さらに内14番外から行く
Doesn't look so bad right now.
成田ブライアン1番追走
Well, she doesn't slow down.
ゴールドシップ内4番外には5番第4コーナーを進んで直線へ向
It's
かう
definitely time to kick it in.
僕か目が離せません。
先頭は宮
I'm getting worried here.
直線勝負になるか最終コーナーを曲がって先陣を切ったのは2番さあ
Getting a lot less worried, but they're still all together. Gold ship is right there. You gotta be careful about gold ship. Oh no 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 no! Right at the last second. I really thought I'd be going for the Triple Crown here, and she just stole the first of the Triple Crown, so now I can't do it.
次こそ負けないぞ
She was supposed to win that one, the next leg of the Triple Crown, break her leg in practice, skip training for a year, then come back to the Japanese Derby, win, go back to practicing, break a leg, come back for a year, and then win the Akira Ara. That's her real story right there. That's actually what happened. Right? Curse you. Name of horse I can't say because I'm not very good at Japanese. I'd love to do a more accurate run. Even the breaking leg thing too. Injury. You're out for a year. No racing.
かね。体がうまく動かない。無敵の帝王様は今日も絶好調。僕の走りを見て
So this next race coming up is the 1 year race. So it's not this time around, but the following time around.
帝王様の
Came back and won the Derby.
ちゃんと見て。
注目の一
I
番
need to get myself an acceleration
東海
skill.
帝王
人気と実力を兼ね備えた
Be nice if her ultimate would level up and she would start using it more. I think it's crazy how many of these horses are actually related to each other, like the grandparent of, the parent of. I think McQueen is Goldship's grandmother or something.
すべての馬娘が目指す頂点、日本ダービー。歴史に定石を残すのは誰だ。虎視眈々と上位を狙ってい
Be
ます。
serious. Make your mark in
三
history.
番
Let's
人気は
go.
この評価は少し不満か。2番人気はこの子、成田ブライアン。威風堂々とスタートを待つのはこの馬娘。本日の1番人気、東海帝王。
気合十分いい顔してますね。
ゲートイン完了。出走の準備が整いました。スタート。各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました。
みんな集中してましたね。好レースが期待できそうです。
先行争いはアイネス・フージ、ライス・シャワー、東海帝王。期待通りの結果を出せるか。1番人気、東海帝王。アイネス・フージン、快調に飛ばしていきます。さあ、花に立ったのはアイネス・フージン。このままリードすることができるか。第1コーナー回って第2コーナー。先頭はアイネス・フージン、単身で飛ばしていきます。先頭から大きく離されて、2番手は東海帝王、3番手には成田ブライアン、4番手、15番、1番追走。
Gotta let her run out front and get tired, and then we'll come up. You gotta worry about Special Week, Rice Shower,
順位を振り返っていきます。依然先頭はアイネス・フージン、続きましたライス・シャワー、内には東海帝王、1馬身離れて成田
I didn't actually pay attention to who was the other favorites, but I know that Rice Shower right now is showing a lot of promise right next to me, and that's not good.
8番、さらに内、6番、すぐに続いてメジロライアン、内で5番、外を回ります。
I can't remember her name, but the one with the white down the middle of her hair with the spike here.
最高峰16番アイネス・フージン、先頭を進みますが、これは正解でしょうか。
アイネス・フージン、彼女の客室には合っていますね。
大欅を越え4コーナーへ。まだ先頭は動かない。果たして抜け出すのは誰だ。東海帝王、前を狙っていると東海帝王、2番手に
Yeah, I'm worried about Rice Shower and Special Week.
ここで抜け出した。さあ、誰が最初に仕掛けるのか。最終コーナー
Zoom it out. I want to see all of them.
東海帝王、リードは2馬身、栄光まで400。東海帝王、先頭は東海帝王。これは強い。抜け出したのは東海帝王。だが後続も追いつられる。200
Oh,
を通過。
Rice Shower is actually falling behind. That's Special Week. Look at that. Look at that. No, no, yes. Tokai Teio? Let's go. Peace, peace. Victory is ours. We got ribbons. No, it's already early June. Which means alright, so we can do one. And then after that. So what we actually need to do. First, let's see our schools. I picked two front runners. Alright, we're actually going to do power because this will get this character up to the orange level, which will give us a chance of rainbow, and then we're going to rest. Getting us ready for... No, what are you doing? Night out? Right before going on vacation? Be a good horse girl and don't get injured or bad statuses. Got a 20% hit to our stats because you decided to stay up all night right before going on vacation. That sounds like me in real life. Oh, failed. So I've noticed usually hitting encourage her is actually a better option. What was that fail percentage just now? Is it 13%? 12%? I failed at 12%. Sorry, I just went back to the video. Her energy's horrible. And went down again. Infirmary. Get rid of that bad practice. Oh, night owl. Bad practice. Come on. Fix this. Practice poor. There we go. Now that we've gotten rid of both night owl and practice poor. Our mood's back up to great. Rainbow's good. 4 is good. That character's so close to the orange, it's not funny, and it's all about speed. Like, it's unlikely to change from a pace to a late, so I'm going to actually go with the straight descent that has a 30% off. We get her to destroy. Who was it that beat us? Not. Yutiri Taoshin. She's even in this race. Doesn't look like it. Well, I was gonna say let's destroy the chances of her getting a triple crown, but when you don't even show up for the next crown, that doesn't even make sense to me. If you finish the first leg, go for the second leg.
最強の称号を手にするのは誰だ。虎視眈々と上位を狙っています。3番人気は琵琶早秀。この評価は少し不満か。2番人気はこの子成田ブライアン。スタンドに押しかけたファンの期待を一身に背負ってダービー馬娘東海帝王1番人気です。最高の栄誉を手にした走りで最後の一冠を狙います。各馬娘ゲートに入って体勢整いました。スタート。各馬娘綺麗なスタートを切りました。
みんな集中してましたね。好レースが期待できそうです。
先行争いはミホのブルボン、1番セイウンスカイ、期待通りの結果を出せるか。
Those
1番
front
人気
runners
東
are
海帝
pushing
王。
hard.
さあ花に立ったのはセイウンスカイ。このままリードすることができるか。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのはミホのブルボン、1番3番手、その後ろに東海帝王、2馬身3馬身開いて17番、その内並んでスーパークリーク、少し後ろから琵琶早秀、第4コーナーを進んで直線へ向かう。セイウンスカイ快調に飛ばして行きます。前から大きく開きました。間延びした展開です。
仕掛けどころの難しいレースになりそうですね。
先頭は変わらずセイウンスカイ、続いて1番ミホのブルボン、並んでくる。大きく離れて東海帝王、1周目のスタンド前にかかっていく。すぐに続いて琵琶早秀、1馬審査スーパークリーク、2馬身離れて18番、それを見るように成田ブライアン、少し離れて17番、その後から13番、そして11番、内を回ります。6番、さらにはマンハッタンカフェ、内には7番、その後12番、そして内を引きましては15番、さらに3番、最高峰ポツンと1人ゴールドシップセイウンスカイ、先頭を進みますがこれは正解でしょうか。
セイウンスカイ彼女の客室には合っていますね。
さあ1コーナーから2コーナーへ向かっていく馬娘たち、順位を振り返っていきます。現在1番手はミホのブルボン、続きましたセイウンスカイ、
We're at the halfway mark right now.
その後3、4馬身開いて琵琶早秀、その後ろスーパークリーク、1馬身離れて東海帝王、そしてそ
I
の
don't
後
like
方に
that we're
は
in
18番、
6.
後から17番、そしてその後ろから行くのは成田ブライアン。
And looking at it, we're basically in the middle
馬
of the
娘た
pack.
ちの動きが激しくなっています。先頭ミホのブルボン、レースはよどみなく進んでいます。あとはセイウンスカイ、その後ろから1番、後ろ琵琶早秀、意気揚々と先頭を行きます。ミホのブルボン、どうでしょうこの展開。
かかってしまっているかもしれません。息を入れるタイミングがあれ
All
ばいいです
because
が
she tried to drown herself.
ミホのブルボン、まだリードをキープしています。
Nothing else explains why you fail a 12% failure rate.
この辺りまでで先頭集団を形成しています。先頭は依然ミホのブルボン、1馬身リード、第4コーナーカーブ。
馬娘たちがどう動くか目が離せません。
琵琶早秀、ここで抜け出した。じりじり
Alright, come on, let's push.
勝負は最後の直線に持ち越された。
Come on.
東海帝王、まだ抑えたままだ。東海帝王、外で足を溜めています。4着を切りました。
Any skills at all?
最初に立ち上がったのは琵琶早秀。スーパークリーク、抜け出したスーパークリーク。
絶対に勝つんだ
200を通過、スーパークリーク、足色は衰えない。スーパークリーク、リードは1馬身。食い下がる琵琶早秀、先頭はスーパークリーク、変わらない。勝ったのはスーパークリーク。見事な走りで勝利を集中に収めました。勝ったのはスーパークリーク。菊の舞台で見事勝利をつかんだ。2着琵琶早秀、
Super Mommy won.
東海帝王。
もうちょっとだったのに。無敵の帝王様は今日も絶好調。僕の走りを見て腰 ドなトレーニングも
And we'll just go for stats.
張り切っていこう。今日も走んな。なんかね、体がうまく今日も走っハードな
Carrots.今日も走んなきゃ。ハードなまだ上げてけるっしょ。まそれでは参りましょうか。 Inspiration. See you later.
なんだ力が湧いてくる。
Alright, let's see.
体がうまく動かない。どうせ僕が勝っちゃうし。
I'm gonna go with this one.
よーし絶好調。
My stats are normally way higher than this.
注目の2番
That second,
東海帝王
一番人気こそ譲りましたが
I think it was the first summer on this campaign, this career, where we had poor practice poor, and night out going into the summer. That was not good.
いくぞ
And then failed at 12%. Things like that, like they just like snowball. Like little things become, worse and worse and worse and worse. One of my best runs, I actually wasted 6 turns on 2 injuries. It happens. So can you imagine? One of my best ones would have been my best one and probably would have had really good sparks. Maybe. There was a chance.
ダービーウマ娘東海帝王真っ向勝負に注目だ。
火花散らすデッドヒートに期待しましょう。
ゲートイン完了。出走の準備が整いました。スタートです。各馬娘綺麗なスタートを切りました。
誰が先頭に抜け出すか注目しましょう。
先行争いはマヤのトップガン3番東海帝王期待通りの結果を出せるか。1番人気メジロマックイーン長丁場のこのレースですが3番早くも先頭に躍り出た。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのはマヤのトップガン3番手17番ライズシャワー続いている。さらに内東海帝王外を回ってメジロマックイーンさらにはスペシャルウィーク1馬身離れて12番メジロマックイーンペースが速い3番会長に飛ばして行きます。前から大きく開きました。縦長の展開だ。
後方の馬娘が差し返せるのか気になる開きです。
現在1番手はマヤのトップガン第4コーナーを進んで直線へ向かう。現在1番手は3番ここで先頭が入れ替わった。続いてマヤのトップガン大きく離れて東海帝王2馬身差スペシャルウィーク17番外から行く。それを見るようにライスシャワー外からメジロマックイ
And it's
ーン
crazy
1
that
馬身差
depending on the camera angle, there's a big difference between where they are and where we are. And then different camera angles, like the gap just like looks like it's way wider.
その後テイエムオペラを少し後ろから13番後方2番手に1番4番現在シンガリラ3番先頭を進みますがこれは正解でしょうか。
3番彼女の客室には合っていますね。
順位を振り返っていきます。依然先頭は3番さあ1コーナーから2コーナーへ向かっていく馬娘たち。依然として3番続きましたマヤのトップガン5馬身差東海帝王そして外目をつきましては17番すぐに続いてライスシャワーメジロマックイーンここにいます。後ろ12番少し離れて8番そしてマンハッタンカフェ内を回ってスペシャルウィーク外を通りましてエイシングフラッシュ外目をついて11番内で5番後から18番外テイエムオペラを2周目の向こう上面に入って変わらず先頭を突き進みます。3番先頭は依然3番1馬身リードそしてその後方にはマヤのトップガン、
Okay,
その後
it's about time to make your move.
東海帝王その後から
If
ライ
you
スシャワ
wanna
ー
win.
あとは17番その後ろにメジロマックイーンその後ろから12番マンハッタンカフェ並んでくる。そしてその後ろから行くのはエイシングフラッシュ残り 1000m を通過。そしてその内を回って8番そしてその外11番
There we
内から
go.
行くスペシャルウィーク5番追走そしてその外から行ったのはテイエムオペラを内をついて18番意気揚々と先頭を行きます。3番どうでしょうこの展開。
かかってしまっているかもしれません。
Dang.
つけるといいですが
第4コーナーカーブ
勝負どころ最後の直線へとかけていきます。
まだ差
I
が
I'm not even sure if I can catch up at all.
この直線で勝負が決まるぞ。東海帝王前を狙っているぞ。4着を切りました。最後のコーナー先陣を切ったのはライスシャワーメジロマックイーン食らいついていくライスシャワー速い速いもはや独走
Come
状
on,
態。200
get it in.
ライスシャワー足色は衰えないライスシャワーリードは6馬身強い強い
Something.
先頭
Come on.
ライスシャワーライスシャワーこれは完璧な勝利です。他の追随をまるで許さなかったぞ。勝ったのはライスシャワー現役最強の名を見事勝ち取った。
もうちょっとだったのに。
I normally go through most of these races, getting first place on most of them. Usually it's like 1 or 2. And we're getting close to the end here, and it's going to start getting way harder.
日も走んなきゃだね。僕疲れちゃったんだけど。なんかね、準備 OK。 いくよー。ハードなトレーニング、カーブについてこい。いつか見た怪獣。
You gotta make this summer the best summer of her whole entire life. Percent fail rate. Okay.
なんかね、体がうまく動かないんだ。今日も海だ。最強を目指してレッツゴー。今日も走んなきゃだね。なんかね、体が今日も走っ
We're actually gonna rest. And hopefully we get a rainbow speed and not lower our mood and go down in percentage here. We're going for it. Yeah, 10% decrease stats, but gotta hope that maybe the mood will just jump up in a second. Still looking for a good ability at the same time. Time to prove to them that they were wrong. There are no front runners in this one. on call.
世界の馬娘が栄光を求めジャパンカップの府中に集う。日本勢は対抗できるのか。人気と実力を兼ね備えたテイエムオペラ王、今日は3番人気です。2番人気を紹介しましょう。オグリキャップ、威風堂々とスタートを待つのはこの馬娘、ダービー馬娘東海帝王、1番人気です。
You got
気合
this.
十分いい顔してますね。
ゲートイ
You can do
ン
it.
完了。出走の準備が整いました。スタートです。各馬娘綺麗なスタートを切りました。
これは位置取りが熾烈になりそうですね。
先行争いは4番シアマゾン、2番期待通りの結果を出せるか。1番人気東海帝王、長丁場のこのレースですが4番早くも先頭に躍り出た。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのはスペシャルウィーク。1コーナーからそして2コーナーへ向かっていきます。4番早くも先頭に躍り出た。続きましたスペシャルウィーク、それを見るようにシアマゾン内、2番その後11番東海帝王、ここにいます。そしてその外から行ったのは9番ウォッカ、内から行く。その外並んでエアグルーブ、内の方から8番、さらにはエイシンフラッシュ、そのうち並んで6番
I'm hoping she's just holding back here, but seems a bit weird.
1馬審査、オグリキャップ後方2番手に5番13番最後方からという体勢であります。4番先頭を進みますがこれは正解でしょうか。
かかってしまっているかもしれません。一息つけるといいですが。
2コーナー回って向こう正面、順位を振り返っていきます。4番まだリードをキープしています。続いて2番3番手にはスペシャルウィーク、4番手シアマゾン東海帝王続いている。さらにその内からは11番1馬身離れてエアグルーブ、差がなくウォッカ、外からエイシンフラッシュ、さらに9番8番並んでくる。内をついて3番少し後ろからテイエムオペラ王、残り1000メートルを通過。内で5番、そしてその外を回って15番、少し
Okay.
離れてオグリキャップ、内を回って6番13番、現在しんがりだ。4番
Time to kick it now.
これは面白い展開だ。このまま進みますか。
これは大胆な作戦。波乱の展開になりそうです。
大欅を越え4コーナーへ。まだ1馬身以上の差があるぞ。ここから捉えることができるのか。勝負は最後の直線に持ち越された。じりじり詰める東海帝王、
絶対に勝つんだ。
最後のコーナー、先陣を切ったのは4番、並びかけてたのは東海帝王、栄光まで400東海帝王、足色は衰えない。抜け出したのは東海帝王だが後続も
I'm going.
東海帝王、リードは1馬身、残り200。エアグルーブホイッスルある。先頭は東海帝王、
Nice.
東海帝王突き放せ。先頭は東海帝王、変わらない東海帝王、1着でゴールイン。実力をいかなく発揮しレースを
Tokai
制した。
Teio.
やったぞ東海帝王、並みいる資格を返り討ち、圧巻の勝利だ。2着エアグルーブ、3着はウォッカ。
ホップステップ大勝利。ウィウィ。いつか見た怪奇。アームについてこい。調整いいか。この無敵の
6番人気4番東海帝王、
There's
いい
one
感じに気合が乗ってい
front
ますね。
runner. Aye. We're only the number 6. Simboli Rudolph. Yeah. I think there's a pretty good chance we get second. That's my opinion. So it's most likely first, second, third, or first, second, third. Going off of just the stats. But a late start, a rushed horse, blocked in, bad luck on skills. Thanks. How you doing? So anything can really affect us. We can win or lose depending on luck too. But those are double circles on all three stats. That's going to be hard to beat.
気合十分いい顔してますね。
各馬娘ゲートに入って体勢整いました。今スタートが切られました。各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました。
これは位置取りが熾烈になりそうですね。
期待通りの結果を出せるか。1番人気ジンボリルドルフ、14番会長に飛ばして行きます。第4コーナーカーブ。先頭は14番単身で飛ばして行きます。先頭から大きく離されて2番手は東海帝王、3番手にスーパークリーク、内からジンボリルドルフ、2番続いている。少し離れて第3には成田ブライアン、そして岩早秀、1周目のスタンド前にかかっていく。そしてその内から行ったのは11番、外を通りましてナイスネイチャー、それを見るように1番、その外並んで9番、外で13番、少し後ろから8番ゴールドシップ、外から行く16番、最後方からという体勢であります。意気揚々と先頭を行きます。14番、どうでしょうこの展開。
ちょっとかかり気味かもしれないです。息を入れるタイミングがあればいいですが。
1コーナーから2コーナーへ向かう。順位を振り返っていきます。依然先頭は14番、続きましたジンボリルドルフ、外を回りますスーパークリーク、ダイワスカーレット、並んでくる成田ブライアン、追走、さらにビワハヤヒデ、1馬身離れて東海帝王、内2番、1馬身差11番、すぐに続いてナイスネイチャー、内には1番、差がなく9番、内を回ります8番、そしてその外から行ったのはゴールドシップ、後方2番手に16番、第2コーナーを抜け向こう上面に入った。先頭は変わらず14番、続いてジンボリルドルフ、その後ろにダイワスカーレット、残り 1000m を通過。スーパークリーク並んできた。そしてその外を回って成田ブライアン、内をついてビワハヤヒデ、後ろ2番、あとは11番東海帝王、並びかけてきた。さらに外ゴールドシップ、そしてその内を回ってナイスネイチャー、
Comes the last leg of the race, and we're still in the middle.
ジンボリルドルフ、2番手に外から
And
スーパー
Rudolph
クリ
is
ー
out
ク、ま
front.
もなく第4コーナーカーブ。
ここからスパート、一気にレースが動きます。
勝負は最後の直線に持ち越された。まだ差がある。ここから先頭を捉える子は出てくるのか。中山の直線は短いぞ。後ろの子たちは間に合うか。ゴールドシップ食らいついて
Come on, you can do it. Yes.
先頭はシンボリルドルフ、これは強い。
Alt and just win. Oh, gold ship. No, gold ship.
今一着でゴールイン。夢のグランプリを制したのはシンボリルドルフね。
Fourth. Let's try it again. See how good or bad.
12番東海帝王、6番人気です。
これ以上
年末の中スタート。各馬娘綺麗なスタートを切りました。
みんな集中してましたね。好レースが期待できそうです。
先行争いは2番東海帝王、岩早秀、期待通りの結果を出せるか。1番人気ジンボリルドルフ、第4コーナーカーブ、2番会長に飛ばして行きます。さあ花に立ったのは2番。
I have. I pulled 200 pulls, and I got the other card. Not the new. There's two new cards, right? When I hit the 200 mark, I traded it in for Kid Sun Black. Can't remember what the other card's called, but there was two SSRs that are like featured, and I pulled the other one on around pull 60. I got one copy of each when I got to 200. And I also got the SSR Wit card that has nothing to do with the featured cards. Fine Motion, I believe, was the Wit card. And I got Taiko over here, the horse I'm racing right now. I got that off the Spotlight race cards. I got that in the first 10 pull. I actually pulled that first, at the beginning of the stream. So if you go back to the first, probably 4 minutes, 5 minutes in, I gave everybody a little bit of time to show up for the pulls. It might be longer than that. I was talking about the event and stuff. But my very first pull, I pulled the 3-star from the event. One of the two 3-stars from the event. So I got, there's 4 featured, 2 support, 2 Uma, and I got 3 out of 4. 1 copy of each. This might be the end of my run here. She doesn't like using that ultimate very often.
6番人気12番東海帝王
ライバル
I'm gonna skip to the last leg of the race.
年末の中さあゲートが各馬娘綺麗なスタートを切りました。
誰が先頭に抜け出すか注目しましょう。
第4コーナーを進んで直線へ向かう。中山の直線は短いぞ。後ろの子たちは間に合うか。追いすがる東海帝王シンボリルドルフ。速い速いもはや独走状態。200を通過。シンボリルドルフリードは2番。
I think that's the first time she's used this skill at the end.
東海帝王
Still not enough though.
シンボリルドルフ1着でゴールイン。実力を遺憾なく発揮しレースを制した夢のグランプリを制したのはシンボリルド。
次こそ負けないぞ。
Last attempt.
6番人気は12番東海帝王
これ以上ないし
Yeah, let's skip it. Third place. Yeah. Ending this run, I think. I haven't lost a run in a while, so that's not great. But I will. That was one of my worst runs in a long time. But I will show you what I got earlier. I was going for event points. Hopefully I got quite a few. As you can see, these guys aren't level. I spent all of my points leveling his son Black to 30. And this one, I think it was 15. This one I already had. This one I already had, I think. That was less points this time than previously. And last time I only had a 1% increase, where I had a 125% increase this time. But I actually won career last time. I think that's key here, is winning. Making it to the good ending. Let's see. My first day, I made it to the same race I just lost on. And then the second day, I made it to the qualifier round for the URA. Then day 3, on the final career I did that day, I think it might have been my 7th career or 8th career or something. I finally beat the final race, the URA race. From there, I started winning more and more and more. A big key to winning is definitely getting followers, friends that have good cards, good support cards, and good sparks. The support cards are important, but you can only bring one friend support card with you. So you want to find one that matches up really well with everything, maybe 2, maybe 3, because you can't bring in, a duplicate. So if you bring a trainee, you can't bring a duplicate one. Like the Super Creek couldn't go with a Super Creek if you're running Super Creek. He's running a Kitsun Black, so I couldn't race with Kitsun Black and use the card as a support card. But yeah, so I pulled 10 on this banner, got the Taiki card. I have not gotten the Queen yet. I went then after pulling the 10, getting the one I wanted most. Then I jumped into the support cards and I pulled 60, I think it was, and I got this card. Santono Diamond. And then I pulled for a little while more. I got a Wit card that isn't even on this list. And then at 200, I exchanged the 200 points, so I made it to Pity. And I traded the Pity points for Sun Black. So after that, I had just enough to do one more 10 pull, and I did it back over here on the Umut, and I got nothing from that one. Yeah, I highly recommend that you do 2 different things. First of all, always do your daily races. Always do your trials. At least 5. I would say more like 10 a day on the trials, because they stack up every 2 hours. You can get 1 trial run, and they stack up to 5. So if you log in twice a day, you can do 10 pretty easily. These daily races, do all 6, whatever the highest one you can beat. If you can make it second place, it's good. If you can't make it second place, do the one below it. That's my opinion. I run the money one because I find money to be a little bit harder, and I do hard. Now, the SP, I've never even beaten the hard one. I have not tried in a while, in a week or so, to do this one because I'm just always out of money, so I'm going for the monies over the SP, where you can earn. I find it easier to earn SP by doing career over and over again. And then these legacies, always do these even if you're going to lose. If you're going to win, it's even better. You would want to win at least once to get the 10 bonus per legacy horse that comes out. There have been 3 so far. If you go to the trophy room, you can see the EX. There was El Condor Pasa. I don't even think I raced El Condor. I came to the game 12 days late. I didn't even know the game came out. And then Special Week, I beat the very last race where Special Week was available. And then I beat Rudolph twice with McQueen. Between the 2 of them, Special Week was harder. Between these 2, I didn't actually race El Condor, but it's not. Winning is important, but more importantly, it's just doing them, because if you lose, you get like 3 star pieces, If you win, you get 5, 7, or 9, or I don't know, there's different numbers, but depending on your position. So if you're in first place, the very first time you do it, you get 10 additional ones. So, like, I think it's 9, I think. That's just going off memory. So that's 19 the first time you win first place. That's a lot of star pieces towards, you know, getting the character or unlocking. Because, I don't know if anyone has actually talked about that too much, but you can actually unlock characters with star pieces, or you can rank them up. The rank up thing is pretty obvious. But this game is very, very similar to Princess Connect, so a lot of the concepts are very easy for me to grasp. I do wish this game had the RPG combat elements of Princess Connect, fighting horse girls, but that... This is something to definitely look at, though. If you go into special missions, you always want to do your dailies, of course. This is good for, you know, different currencies. You want to always pick up everything, but under special, there's this, only got 5 days left on it. The new trainer missions, definitely do these. They, you know, like right here. That's 10,000 just for doing a race that I did in career. I didn't even go out of my way to do. So, like, I can go out of my way to do this one, and then I will get 10,000 SP, 10,000 money, and 300 carrots. These are very important to do. They're just, the rewards are just huge, and they're not hard. The key is just doing using a horse in career that can do the races. And separately, there's also this brand new Friends event. So there's actually 2 events going on at once, and some of the races required for each event are the same races. So, like the Tenno, I think it's Tenno Show Spring. That race was in both categories. So if you do that one and you get third place or third, second, or first place in that one, you get it unlocked for both. As you can see, like, this one is just 1.5 million fans, and I've done 2 runs, and I'm, you know, well on my way to getting that after just 2 runs, and that last one wasn't even all that great. So I'd probably be very close to having finished this 5 million or 500,000. So these are things to look at, and then once you've completed quite a few of those, you want to go into the event from this button, the brand new Friends, and then you want to watch these stories for carrots. There's a skip button if you don't actually want to watch it. This will let you keep track of where you are on the list, which this stuff is great. Alarm clocks, SP, friend points, carrots. Support ticket, which could be good. You might get lucky. An SR card right there if you need nice nature. Goddess statues, they're always great. A trainee card, Dream Glimmer, that's good. A ribbon. Ooh, an SSR card right there. So you need to hit 300,000 to get an SSR card. So unless you start doing this, trying to get the event points, it's going to take a while to get. I mean, you want to get all of these, but let's be honest here. Carrots and the SSR card are probably the most important thing on this list. So if you make it to 540,000, you'll have the most important stuff all collected. But that 300,000 right here, a guaranteed SSR card that probably can't be gotten any other way than this event. I don't actually know that for a fact, but most likely that's how they're doing this. So you don't want to get that 300,000 mark, which you have 2 weeks. to do this. So as long as you're playing daily, it shouldn't be that hard to get that many points. Finishing the career is more important than using bonus event boosters. So I had a 1% boost and I got 14,000 points. I had a 125% boost and I only get 11,000 points. So actually finishing the career and getting first place on the final race is worth a whole lot more than losing 4 races before the end. Technically, yeah, I guess it's 4 races. I finished. There's 3 races I never even raced in. Then there's the spins over here, which I have 8 spins right now. If you complete these bingo cards, the first 3 give you that same SSR. So you need to get 300,000 to get a copy of it, and then you also need to complete this bingo card 3 times to get 3 more copies of it. So there's obviously a copy somewhere. I don't know where to get it yet, because there's supposed to be 5 copies. So if you get 3, 4, there's got to be a 5th somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Might be the stories. That might be it. It might be in here. It might be if you watch the final episode. That's probably where it is. That's just a guess. Until I make it that far, I won't know. Bingo. Yeah, so you just have to get all these stamps. So you have to each place once. I feel like it actually makes it a whole lot harder the less stamps there are, no matter what place it is. First place, 7th place, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you will repeatedly get first place over and over again. Yeah, it's really hard to aim for something like just now I was trying to get the SP. If you actually aim for the SP, you'll never get it. I've noticed if you aim for a cross and 1 before it, it increases the chances of getting it. Yeah, I mean, I've watched a couple of videos, but most of my information has just come from clicking on the tabs in the game and just playing. The first, I've actually thrown away a couple of my, transferred a couple of my trainees. So if you go into trainees, let's see, is it trainees? No, it's not. Where do I go for that? Potential level training. Oh, right here, Veteran Uma. So right here we'll have a list of all the different horses that you've raced and their stats. So you can have multiple of each. So if we go by name, it'll actually show them together. So like Haru right here, I have a C+, a C+, and a B. And I had a G+, I think it was. And all of the really bad ones, after I got other copies of them, I threw them out. You don't want to do that until you have a bunch of copies of stuff. Because you can only have 200, which really doesn't affect anything at the beginning. But if you throw them out too early on, it will affect your ability to have inheritance. Like, when you're picking your career, you know how you have to pick 2, like, parents. You need to have, so you have to have at least 3 Uma to have parents and stuff. So you want to have a bunch of them. So you don't want to throw anything away right away. But if you do transfer somebody, then they actually transfer for SP. It's not a lot. It's actually very, very little. It's not worth it, really. But this is a good way to look through your veteran Uma to see their sparks, to look at their stats. For example, I could put it on rating, or I could put it on sparks. Let's look at sparks. Put it on sparks, and I can look through and see which ones have my... Okay, right here. My Rudolph has a 3-star turf. My Haru has a 3-star sprint. These are things that you need to keep track of what you have to be able to breed better horses. My gold ship has a turf, whatever this horse is. Majiro Ryan has a 3-star turf. So this is important stuff right here. But I highly recommend going into all the different menus and clicking on different things and just looking at stuff. You can also go in here and look at their skills, and by using them as the parents to your horse that you're bringing into the career, you have a chance of giving them skills. So if you're going in with Haru, who is a dirt horse, there's not many that have good dirt, but Haru's the best at dirt. So El Condor Pasa has a B dirt. So it's a pretty good chance that you're going to want to use El Condor Pass as a parent if you're going to try to increase the dirt rating. Of course, it's probably the other way around. You're probably going to use Haru to try to raise the dirt rating on a El Condor Pass and to get into a B and A, and then you have turf and dirt at A, and making El Condor Pass better for PvP and dirt category. Because there's not very many dirts, so you're probably going to be using Haru and El Condor Pass until they come out with something better later on in the dirt category. Because you're not going to use somebody like G-rated in dirt. So you're not going to use them. They have an S-rank power or a B+ rank speed. That's a good horse overall. But if they go on a dirt track, they're going to lose. Also, if you pay attention to what skills they have, like if their skills, like this one right here, I clicked it because it said pace, but it actually doesn't have in parentheses pace chaser. So if you actually read them, like late stager, like this sounds like an amazing skill, but if they're not running as a late stager in the race, they can't use the skill. So that's very important to line up the skills with what they can have. So Haru over here is a B and an A late, so you never want to pick up pace, you never want to pick up front abilities, because Haru really shouldn't be racing in those positions. I don't know what it would take to even get her good enough to be in those positions, if that's even possible. But it's important to look at their inheritance and what their grandparents have in Spark inheritance. Yeah, you can even see their career record. Like this one right here, this Haru had 13 races and 9 wins. You see a bunch of information in here, and even their race history. So the final race was 6th place. So this one didn't even finish the finals. She lost in the semifinals right here. So this one needed to get 1st place here to go to the final race. 16th in the... She's going to always lose. It's a turf track. She has no chance, which is my goal, to someday make a Haru good enough to be able to win this particular race. But her campaign's really easy to get to the end, because she doesn't have to win this race. She has to race in it. So you just have to qualify to go to that race. Once you make it past that race, and of course if you don't get last place like I did, it's worth more points. But just getting past that, you automatically qualify for this race. So if you made it to this race, you get to go to this race. If you get 1st in this race, you go to this race. If you get 1st in this race, you go to the final race. If you get 1st there, you get tons of stat boosts. So just be aware of all that. The Haru's a good one to start off with. Just remember, do dirt tracks. Don't do turf tracks. She is very good at dirt. Also, she is a late or end racer. I would put her at late, most likely. So you're going to need speed, power, stamina are the kind of what you want to go. It's also acceptable to go power, speed, stamina in that order. So speed, power, stamina, or power, speed, stamina. Stamina for Haru, I would probably go in the 300 range, like 300, 330, 350. I would aim for 350 by the end of the campaign. Power, I don't think this is enough power in Haru. Here's my other Haru. As you can see, everything is higher except for speed, which I kind of wish I put more in speed. A little bit of regret there. That's an amazing amount of power. This Haru's raced in 16 races and won 13 of them. The other one raced in 13 and won 9. This one raced in more and has better stats, which is kind of funny because you don't get that much stats from winning a race. But it was first, 13th, first, 6th, first, 16th again, first. So she made it all the way through the campaign, getting first on the final race. So that's what you're aiming for, is getting first in that final race. You have to do a bunch of stages on your way there. But if you're a new player and you really want to get decent stats, this one was going heavy on the power. So I went 3 power, 2 speed, and 1 stamina. That's okay. But I would really probably go 3 or 4 speed. Really 3 speed for most horses. Now, a late end horse, yeah, the extra power is amazing because you need power to go from the back to the front. Speed is your think of speed as your maximum speed. Stamina allows you to stay at your max speed. And you burn through that stamina, when it's gone, you can't stay at that max speed anymore. Power is burst. So if you need to go from here to win the race, because if they're in the late race, that's what they do. They wait until the end, and then it's all of a sudden, they kick it. They kick it into gear at like the 60 to 75 to 80 part of the race. End racers are more like, they do it even, well, it's weird. So sometimes some late racers have stats that kick them in at 50%. Certain ones do, not all of them. But most of them are 60 to 75% of the way through the race before they start kicking. And so they need power to go from the back of the line to the front of the line. They also need a little bit of wit to not get trapped. And there are also abilities that help with not getting trapped. There are abilities that help with regaining stamina. Regaining guts is basically stamina, but it's used for different reasons. Guts is like they're breathing down the back of your neck stamina, where stamina is used throughout the entire race. So your character burns through its guts, then it burns through its stamina. I would say on most horses, guts is the worst stat. You probably want to have 250 on most horses. But there are better guides. I'm not an expert. I basically just kind of self-taught overall. I have probably 2 hours worth of video knowledge in my head from watching other people's stuff. And most of that was just races. Just watching people racing. This is probably my best horse overall. And that's what the points say. But I have one. Who was it? A Condor Pass. I like this one. The Goat. Who was it that I was? This one. I maxed out speed on this one. So, I actually probably wasted like 150 speed because I got almost maxed out speed and then I reached the last 3 races, which they give you a ton of stats at the end. So I probably should have held back a little bit on speed and put those into something else. Because that power could have probably been an A rank, and then this character would have been my first A. Which it is very hard to get an A rank, you know, without purposely aiming to get an A rank. When your goal is just to win and get good stats, that's not good enough to get you an A rank. That's usually B+. Now, the better sparks and the better inheritance you have and the better cards you have, it's going to be easier to get this stuff up. And it's, you know, slow going. And don't be too upset. You know, you're getting B ranks and all of a sudden, oh man, I just lost a run. It went really poorly. Earlier, I had a 12% that I failed. That happens. So just be aware of that. Don't get too discouraged. You can actually pull off like 4 careers a day. You know, if you have that kind of time on your hands. I highly recommend doing 1 career or 2 careers a day, or you're going to burn yourself out. Probably 1 career a day is better for most people, unless you have the ability to do them while you're working. And you don't have to finish a career. There's actually a save and exit button. So if you start a career and you're like, I got 20 minutes, boom, boom, boom. You lost the finals because I lack guts. You got 2nd place. I mean, it happens. Now, even if you lack guts, if you have enough stamina, it will probably counteract that. But if you know, if guts is the stat that it's using as one of the primary 3, because every race has 3 primary stats, and a lot of times its speed is almost always up there, and then almost always it's going to be either stamina or guts, and then power. That's just from my experience. Now you have 4 different types of races, and each one has a different combination of the 3 stats. So it's, I don't really know that information too well, so it might be a good idea to like watch a video on that. As you can see, I've never actually finished the campaign with a long horse, with a racer that prefers long. Which I think long races need guts. But each one has different requirements for their stats. Hopefully all that information is good information. Again, not an expert. You should probably go watch somebody else's video if you want to get like detailed information. What I find to be more important, I mean that stuff's important, information, any knowledge is important. But being aware of these events and stuff, you don't want to miss them. I think that is a very big key factor here, is just play the game, enjoy the game. I like winning, so yeah. Well, we're doing... Yeah, we're gonna do one more pull. Just enough for 1 pull. Let's see what happens. Do I have any luck here? Not all that great luck here. I did get some star pieces for some characters I like. Let's see if that allows me to upgrade anybody. No. Not yet. Well, I work tonight. I'm a third shifter, and it's past my bedtime now. So I'm actually about to go to bed. I'll try to stream this again tomorrow. So if you enjoyed this, if you think you might want to see it again, I'll be streaming again tomorrow. I'm not going to be pulling every day like I pulled today, so don't be expecting that. I'll put out another video with like pulling 4 in the title. That way, you know, if you just want to see pulls, you know, that's fine. I will put that in the title. Don't forget to do all that YouTube stuff. If you like my video, you can hit that like button. Leave a comment in here if you want to see certain stuff in the future. I play other games. Been a bunch of games I promised to go back to and I just haven't yet. A bunch of them I do plan on going back to. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon if you want to see any more of my content. Hey, thank you for joining me today. It's been fun talking to everybody. All 3 of you that were here. You guys have a good day, and I will see you guys on the next stream. Peace out.